Ray. Smoking in the woodshed. So, I had this harebrained idea off of my hairless brain. I like Pipe Force episode 3, and I like Pipe Force episode 4. So, which I think Pipe Force episode 3 has Virginia, Kentucky's in it, and that's pretty much it. And I think 4 has Oriental, Latakia, Turkish, and Virginia. So, the mad scientist that I'm not, but the blender I want to be, decided to make Pipe Force episode 7. Da, 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 da. So I combined the two equally, and I figure we'll do a first light together, see how it tastes. It's either gonna be good or interesting. It's tobacco, right? So find out. I packed it in my handy dandy little HIS Grand Ball, and I just, I'm the longer I'm smoking, quite frankly, the more I'm realizing that buying a buttload of pipes is a real big waste of money, unless you have the means. I mean, but the reality, a pipe is a pipe is a pipe. And I know I'm going to catch flack on that, but what's the purpose of a pipe? It's a delivery system. It delivers tobacco flavor and nicotine, if that's what you're into, in here. That's what it's designed to do. Suck and go, man. Suck and go. So, I think all this fancy-dom, and I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. I have spent hundreds of dollars on pipes. Corn cobs, meerschaums, briars, Savinellis, Petersons, God, Missouri, Nording, I mean, again, if that's something that you're into, then, by all means, but I started looking around, and, the corn cobs, they start to stink, after a while. I mean, they just do. They start to smell. So I wound up putting those in a big old mason jar, and, so I could get that smell out of the house. My wife brought it up to me. She smells, her smeller's better than my smeller. So I put those away, and lo and behold, that smell went away. Now, I guess they say that you can take and put them in the sun, and the sun will freshen them up. The briars aren't as bad, and quite frankly, the meerschaums, the meerschaums, I don't smoke them that much, so they stay in their cases, and I've got a dehydrator, and I put them in the dehydrator, along with the briars, and that's where they sit. And so there's no smell in the house per se, so. Anyways, like I said, I'm probably gonna catch a little flack over this one, but hey, you want to piss your money away on pipes? God bless you. I'm done. I mean, I've got kind of like 2 that I smoke pretty regular, which is this old kick around pipe that I bought for $50, and once in a while I'll break out the old Savinelli alligator, but I don't even really smoke the meerschaums that much. I mean, I don't smoke them enough to even put color on them, and the cobs, I just kind of lost interest. I'm not gonna lie to you. Plus, they do hold their smell. They do, and that's kind of a no bueno scenario as far as I'm concerned. So, anyways, let's see what episode 7 really tastes like. And again, this is of my design. nothing to do with Sutliff Tobacco Company, okay? But to tell Sutliff, you stopped at 6. Sorry about your luck. I'm gonna take number 7. The force has risen in this one. Tap, tap, tap. Sometimes you gotta tap down to force. So. So again, like I said, folks, if you have the means, you know, if that's what you want to do, and you know, there's a lot of people like to cut pipes. Great. But, and again, I kind of fell into that trap. I jumped right in with both feet, and I was like, ooh, you know, this one, ooh, oh, that one, ooh, this one, ooh, that one. And the reason why I smoke, quite frankly, I only smoke the 7L is when I'm smoking the finer tobaccos, because it's got a 9mm. You know, I put the balsa filter in there, and you know, it prevents a lot of the crumbles from getting up into my mouth when I'm smoking it. So I can smoke the finer tobaccos, you know. Actually not bad. Kind of a Heinz 57. Peppery after bite. I dig that. I may be biased because this is my creation. But it is alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. No, it's actually alive with flavor. Pretty good. Double to Virginia, Kentucky, Latica Oriental Turkish, Sutliff, if you're listening, this might be a good one. Right here. This was a strict 50-50. So it's smoky, it's woodsy. dang it, man, it's pretty good. I'd say for the folks that have three and four, blend that up. You know, I know one's a crumble cake, and then it's just regular flake or whatever. Mix it up, put it in a jar, shake. Take it out, throw it in the pipe, see what happens. You can taste the heat of the Virginia. But also, I think that's what's making it burn good too. You know, it's a Virginia. You know, I don't think there's any burley at all in this, I don't believe. Again, you fellas or ladies that, that have the means and want to purchase pipes. By all means, definitely do it. No, sorry. I do have to say that one other pipe that I do like is the Frank Man poker that I did purchase off of Rich over at Barville. I do like that pipe too. That's a good little pipe. It's a poker. It's got a deep bowl. So again, I'll stress around to this. I have quite a few pipes, but I really only have three that I would say is in what I would call my normal rotation, which is Frank Man poker, this little baby right here, and the 7 LA alligator. Will I smoke the other ones? Occasionally. Are they my go-tos? Absolutely not. It's just, and like I said, the more I thought about it, I don't know. Sorry about the wind noise and the shaking of the camera, folks. We just got a nice little breeze just flowing through here. But I'm kind of one of them. I ain't real bright when it comes to spending money, apparently, and in regards to a new habit or a new hobby. I jumped in feet first without looking. Bought a buttload of different kind of tobaccos and different kind of pipes and different this and different that. I did stick with Zippo lighters for the most part because, I grew up with Zippos, and I'll be perfectly frank about it. I've yet to find another lighter that can stand up in the wind like that bad boy right there. And I damn sure ain't gonna use a butane torch on a pipe. pipes are expensive. You know, even $50, it's a lot of money, you know, in today's economy. Especially if you're a young man, young woman, and you know, working for a living. Man, I feel sorry for y'all. But that's kind of what I did about 3 years ago when I decided to start doing some chainsaw carving, you know, and carving bears and whatnot. I kind of drive my wife a little crazy. When I jump in, I jump all in. You know, I go out and I bought 5, 6 saws. I think I got 7 now. All the different doodads and whatnots and whatchamacallits and whatchamajiggers. Which I really enjoy that hobby, quite frankly. But my wife looked at me and said, what if you wouldn't have? You know, or what if you didn't? Yeah. So at first I had to prove her wrong just out of spite. And secondly, I just really enjoy cutting little bears and stuff. It's fun. And I started on a couple. They're sitting over there. I'll show them to you when I get a little further into them. You know, it's interesting cutting with just one good eye. But it's if I get done the one I want to get done, it'll be very rewarding because I've got more grandkids that have appeared, you know. I want to provide something from, you know, Grandpa, you know, from Papa that is unique, made by my hands, or at least made by my imagination, to something they can look at when I'm, you know, long past, and you know, ashes, dust, all that wonderful stuff, and they can look back and they can say, well, my papa made this, and you know, maybe they can pass it down to their children and their children. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't know if you'd call that legacy or just daggone bear. So. And in this throwaway world that we live in, sometimes it's just nice to make something for somebody by hand, you know. You pour your feelings into it because it's for someone special that you love, you know. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically 5 new chitlins that I gotta make 5 baby bears for. So I'm gonna tell you, and I mean, you know, just all kidding aside, it's got a nice little peppery backbite, which again I personally dig. It's not tongue bite, it's a backbite, back of the throat hit, which is really awesome. It tastes really good. It's you know, and I can sit here and say, well, it tastes like grass, it tastes like this. There is that grassy taste to it. Slight oily leatherness, I guess. Yeah. I'll let y'all make up your own mind if you want to mix yourself up a batch. If you have both those products in stock, I think you would dig it. I don't want to wear my patch on this eye, but it's been pretty bright out, so I wanted to wrap around sunglasses. So pretty bright out today. Anyways, I highly recommend mixing it up. I really do. And again, if you got the means and you're into collecting pipes, then by all means do so. But to you folks that are younger, or to you folks that are just breaking into the pipe smoking business, get yourself 1 or 2 pipes. Maybe get 3 so you can rotate them out, I guess, for whatever reason. I've smoked, this is my second bowl on this daggone pipe today, so yeah, whatever. 24 hours, I'm sure. Okay, no. I bought a pipe to smoke a pipe, period. Okay, and if I can't smoke that pipe during the course of the day, then I'm gonna throw the pipe in the daggone trash can. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say about this, folks. I know I took up a little bit more time than I'd like to have, but Smoking in the Woodsheds, Pipe Force episode 7. There you go. Y'all have a great day and enjoy your weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.